All right, this is E for E-mini Wizard and MarketWizard.com, and it is tail end of lunchtime at a news breakout. And a reminder to traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. It's just a quickie special edition. I just wanted to show traders in our room what I was referring to. I told them I thought the high was not in, that there was a dynamite triangle that was forming. And this is what I had in mind, because you could see this rising push right here. And so that's your triangle right there. And I said this was probably to knock out the stops before any type of a reversal. And we proposed making sure you got paid the 50 to 52 range. I'm going to take a quick peek at what we had talked about this morning. Get another chart. Okay, and here's our inside day still. We had the low hold at that 38 area that we said make sure you paid. When we came down earlier, we had said make sure you paid the 38s. Said 42s to 41s and then 38s for sure. We got at the dimer off of the 6, right? Came back up and was chopping around the mid zone, and then we get the news push. Boom, boom. So once you get a program trade, don't be the first to try to short and be your hero. Trick is to try to remember what we had talked about earlier. We had already in our mind said this was going to be target 50 was T2 today, and then we said make sure you're paid in this 50 to 51 area. And we like making sure in a trade like this 50 to 52 for sure. Traders here are trapped right now. You can see that little triangle better on a little bit smaller time frame. So I'm going to go back and show that again so you can pick that up. And here it is right here. You can really see the formation in here as it, and after you see this for a few times, you'll understand. I said the base of that is going to be our support 44.5. So theoretically, that's still our squeeze pivot that we talked about. Trying to push, and obviously the challenge yesterday's high. So anybody that's got this, again, I'm reminding you, we're coming into the afternoon session, and a lot of traders saying they want to stay long going into G20. I particularly am not fond of that idea. I'd rather take today's trade, the opportunities that present themselves right now, and do something with it instead of always, someday someday I'm going to do this. On Sunday, on Monday, I'm going to do it. Why not trade today? If you want to trade today, trade today. Just trade the patterns you're seeing. Here's the monthly look. I said earlier, this 56.75, 57 area is a resistance for the market to try to bump stops before they do anything. Still believing that. And that's probably the goal of the longs, if they can muster up enough energies. Try to get up there and knock out that stop. We'll see. Either way, tighten up stops and then trail. And we're going to use the low of that as support. And obviously in between, you're not going to wait until it comes all the way back and say, okay, I gave it all back because I wanted 2 or 3 more points. Let's take a look at that. And a quick look at our weekly. Still holding this all-important 38 area, pushing up. No fear. We can see a trend line that I put on, kind of show this idea of support trying to hold down with the morning's low, and we're still holding above that. Obviously, you can see another little uptrend line here, which will show in the other charts. So anybody that's had a good day today, anybody that's put icing on the cake, make sure you get paid. Make sure you put that in your pocket. This is a very fast zipper. We can have some profits taken fairly quickly too. I'm not clear we're going to get the same thing we got yesterday. Law of alternation says very hard to imagine the same type of a move 2 days in a row. Long's in control, certainly above the 38s. And there's a profit-taking move right here. Retest, obviously, the prior high. So we're going to say that 57 to 58 is resistance for now. Got to throw a little something up on top of yesterday's high. If they try to gun those stops too. And anybody that's scalping short against the push, reminder, we've had an up thrust. We've had a second up thrust. And we do have Friday afternoon where some traders will want to take profits, but the shorts have been squeezed and still on the hook until they undo the 38s. Still an inside day for now. That premise comes first before new highs and new lows. And I do have 53.5 as target 3 and then 57 as T4. So we're going to use that as our resistance. And anybody wants to play in a trade like this, anybody that wants to join in, you could be sitting there munching at your desk doing nothing. And once you see a thrust bar, you have to collect your wits for a minute or two and say, okay, what's going on? Then you start to read this, say, okay, there's a dynamite triangle. We're going up. We're going to knock out the high. And we're going to try to test previous resistance we've talked about. That's the very first thing you try to do. And so you can jump in anytime you want. Take your stops if you're wrong, and then go with the flow. Hardest thing for especially newer traders to do is buy high, sell higher. But that technique works. And then at one point you'll do it too high and you'll be wrong. And so what? You take your stop. But recognize when you've got trap traders. And here's a 15-minute chart with the predictive model. This is theoretically our flipper right here. Above is positive, below negative, bottom of the pipe. Our first battle this morning comes up, rejected, fighting box, rejected. Back here, comes up to the 44s, comes up. That 49 zone, rejected, comes through this, finds this next support box, fighting box, support box, bang, bang, next box. So right now, this is our fighting box. This is our support box. And this is our resistance box up there. This is E for eminingwizard.com and marketwizards.com. Inviting traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. This is typical of what we try to do with our traders using the E-widget, one of our newest tools. I love this tool. It makes analysis so easy in so many different perspectives. Our next big resistance idea we've got is the 62s to 64, 65 area. It's what we had planned on today as our next resistance. Doubt that we would get there today. We thought maybe we'd have inside day. I truthfully would like to see a pullback and go back and test support. I'm not one of those just likes it to keep flying up without coming back and getting some kind of a retracement. But you trade what you see and what's actually going on. All right, Disease signing off for E-Mini Wizard and MarketWizard.com. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Contact admin at eminiwizard.com, by the way, if you have interest in any of our products in the upcoming programs that we will be running. And look for some of our specials.